CAT aspirant? Are you studying at least 20 books a month or not? What? No, you're not going to make it through VRC. You don't even read a book a week? Damn it, you're never going to crack CAT. Forget the omits. How many times have you heard of these questions? Namaskaram. My name is Karishma and I am here to debunk all the myths related to reading about CAT via RC today. And I am going to base my conversation on actual CAT data. Without wasting any time, take a look at the screen and see this slide which shows you the articles that came in 2017 CAT. You will see that a clear winner that year is no novel but a very famous website known as New York Times, nytimes.com. You will also see that there are two articles from NY Times in the very first slot itself. The second slot has NY Times once. ये भी देख लीजिए कि साइंस कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. Maps have not at the top is science. Phone being smart is science. Electric cars is again science in slot 2. Another winner, apart from New York Times that year, is Guardian.com, giving you two articles in the second slot. More contestants are BBC, Time, Three Quarks Daily, Smithsonian Magazine, and The Guardian, like I told you earlier. There was another article based on the formation and stability of the subniveum, which I tried my best to Google and find, but I just couldn't find it. Probably it's from a book in some library of an IIM, and I couldn't get my hands on it. If you come to 2018 and look at this data, you will see that New York Times is still giving us two articles in slot 2. New editions are Economist, Smithsonian, and everybody's favorite Aeon. I am sure you have cried about aeon.co if you are a CAT aspirant. Kitta lamba article. But please remember that the length of these Aeon articles was again not more than 550 words. That's it, 550 words. Forbes India, Big Think are new editions. If you go to 2019, The Guardian is still a player, Time is still very much a player, giving you one article in both the slots each. There is a zikr, a mention of the New Yorker in the Time article that came in slot 2, a very, very beautiful passage, one of my favorites, about the case for embracing linguistic identities in slot 2 that year. A new edition is Prospect Magazine. Economist is still very much in the picture. NPR is also new. Word Politics by James Minor is a book. There is also another edition from an Encyclopedia of Human Geography. 2020, The Atlantic again. A few books this year, so you will see that there was less focus on the websites this year. The only popular websites are The Atlantic, Cambridge.org, Spectator.co.uk, New York Times again, and a lot of books. All of these books are non-fiction books, as you can see. A Memoir of the Craft, a very short introduction by Colin Ward in Anarchism, Aggression, Encyclopedia of Sociology again, and so on and so forth. 2021, Smithsonian Magazine is back in the game. Aeon Essays is back in the game. New York Times is back in the game. New Scientist is giving you two articles in slot 3. NY Times is giving you one in slot 2, one in slot 3. You have another website which is a new edition, which is financialtimes.com, nepalitimes.com, and jstor.org. अब आप मुझे बताइए, इस सारे कच्चे चिट्ठे में from 2017 to 2021, when everything is available on your screens, I took a few hours, a couple of hours in compiling this list for you, in searching every article and putting this list together, because I want you to take these screenshots and do two things. One, you should be going through these articles in complete detail. Go through them, go and understand the language, go and work on the comprehension, have an idea कि किस level के passages आते हैं. आपको ये भी दिख रहा होगा कि हिस्ट्री और साइंस दो सबसे पॉपुलर जॉनर्स हैं. तो आपको 50 नॉवेल्स पढ़कर आप सोचेंगे कि उसमें से आरसी फंस जाएगा, तो ये नहीं होने वाला है. लेकिन अगर आप ये वेबसाइट स्किप कर रहे हैं तो थोड़ा नुकसान होना लाजमी है. So my advice would be that you go through these websites. Time to look at the screen and take a screenshot again. So look at this. This is a full fledged, very comprehensive, beautiful list of the websites that you should be referring to every single day till your cat, in fact, even after that. Screenshot this, share this with your friends, and stick to these websites. New York Times, Time, Smithsonian, Guardian, Aeon, Big Think, Economist, New Scientist, Prospect Magazine, Bloomberg, Washington Post, Conversation. This is a real आई वुड से सॉलिड माल है एकदम, जिसमें सब कुछ मेंशन्ड है, और आपको इन सारे लिंक्स को बुकमार्क करके रखना चाहिए और यहाँ से आर्टिकल्स पढ़ने चाहिए ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. Now, after you have taken the screenshot, I want you to just listen to me for a couple of more minutes. I will again keep this short. Please make sure that reading is a 1 hour of your everyday schedule. If you are a person who goes to office and you can't take out 1 hour at one go, I would suggest that you break it down into 3 slots of 20 minutes each or 2 slots of 30 minutes each. You can probably also read if you travel by the metro or bus or whatever is convenient for you. You can read on the phone, you can read on the laptop, I don't mind. Start also picking up a paper of your choice. You could read an e-paper, you could also read a proper hard copy. स्कूल एडवाइस आप द हिंदू पढ़ सकते हैं, आप द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस पढ़ सकते हैं. अगर आपको ये टफ लगते हैं तो आप हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स या टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, पायनियर, इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ें तो कितना पढ़ें? ट्राई एंड रीड समथिंग अबाउट एवरीथिंग. You got to be a jack of all trades and a master of at least one. So make sure that you are not obsessed with one news. Do not go back to a piece of news that is, a trail story ki roz wahi baat repeat ho rahi hai. A developing story can be read in a gist later on also. Make a notebook maybe for your GK affairs also. You can also join some Telegram groups where where people send you current affairs or article suggestions. We are doing the same on our Telegram channel. So if you are there, wonderful. If not, you can find the link in the description boxes and you can join us from there. We do send you article suggestions. However, that might not be enough because 1 hour of reading would mean anywhere between 5 to 10 articles a day, depending on the length of the article that you've picked up. A very common question that comes to me is कि 4000 वर्ड का एऑन एसेस पढ़ें क्या? आपको ऑलरेडी मैं बता चुकी हूँ that the average length of a cat passage these days is anywhere between 480 words to 540 words. So you can read somewhere around 1000 words and skip the remaining, so that A, you have knowledge, and B, you are developing double the capacity of what actually comes in the exam. Net practice should always be better than the, harder and more rigorous than the actual match, so that you perform well in the actual match. So then 1 hour of reading every day, lots of non-fiction, and a little amount of news. Make time for reading articles, maintain variety, maintain a lot of, do a lot of eclectic reading, as we call it. So don't just keep reading philosophy every day or don't just keep reading psychology every day. I am also planning to come up with basic videos on basic terms that appear in RCs from philosophy, psychology, economics, and so on and so forth, so that they help you grasp those RCs and those articles better. If you ever come across a concept which is very difficult to understand, why not watch a YouTube video on the same, especially in your mother tongue? That really helps you with your comprehension. Use of the dictionary is obviously compulsory, and that is something that you just cannot do without. So use the dictionary, have a vocabulary notebook. We will talk about how to learn more words and how to retain them in the upcoming videos for sure. And you can comment your suggestions also in the comment section. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is, तो क्या फिर novels पढ़ना छोड़ दें? या फिर मैं तो novels पढ़ती हूँ तो मैं तो नहीं जी सकती? या फिर novels पढ़ना ज़रूरी नहीं है? Novels पढ़ना ज़रूरी बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. लेकिन नॉवेल्स पढ़ने से हमारा इमेजिनेशन, हमारी क्रिएटिव राइटिंग, हमारी वोकैब, हमारी ग्रामर, हमारा एक्सपोजर, हमारा नॉलेज ज़रूर इम्प्रूव होता है. तो अगर आप नॉवेल्स पढ़ने की आदत डालते हैं तो आप ग्रेजुअली फिक्शन से नॉन फिक्शन पर शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं, and that will also help you sound better and add more content in your PI, the personal interview that you will have to face if you get a call from any B school out there, whatever tier 1, 2, 3. Okay. So reading is definitely going to help you, but if anybody tells you that you can't crack CAT BARC because you are not reading one novel a week or 10 novels a month, I think that's a very stupid thing to say. Yeah, not sugarcoating it. It is stupid. So I have shown you the data. इस डेटा पर रिलाई करिए, इन सारे आर्टिकल्स को पढ़िए, कैट का लेवल जानिए, वोकैबुलरी समझिए, देखिए किस लेवल का, किस तरीके का, किस जॉनर का, किस चीज़ पर फोकस करता हुआ पैसेज आता है. और किस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ये भी नेट पर अवेलेबल है। हमने भी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस अपने चैनल पर सॉल्व करे हैं और डिस्कस करे हैं। डेटा पर बेस्ड आपकी प्रेप रहेगी तो आपकी प्रेप सॉलिड रहेगी, उसमें मिसकंसेप्शंस का, मार्केटिंग गिमिक्स का कोई स्पेस नहीं होगा, और आफ्टर ऑल ऐसा ही तो होना चाहिए। So I hope that this short video was useful for you. I know the video is very short, but trust me, this took me like some, I am not kidding, 3 hours at least to put everything together and bring this out for you. So I really, really hope that you will share it so that there is some return for me, and the word spreads about the video and our channel. Do utilize it. I hope you saved the screenshots, and I hope that you will bookmark these websites and you will keep coming back to them. Read the newsletter that ends up in your mailbox once you make an account on them. Do follow the Instagram pages of these websites like New Yorker, New York Times, BBC, Prospect Magazine, Economist, so that it keeps you updated and you're not missing out on anything. And even when you're having fun on social media, you are still preparing. This is a very good way of keeping yourself informed. And this reading exercise is not just going to help you only for RC. This is going to help you for personal interview, for GK, for GD, for group activity that happens at the time of admission, and overall it's going to improve your personality. Because my dear students, reading and traveling are two things that absolutely change you into a better, beautiful person with lots of exposure. So allow reading to change you, transform you. Experience this metamorphosis and let me know how it goes for you. See you very soon in the next video. Till then, keep shining, keep reading, and keep smiling.